comes with the Motion Plus. So I mean, that's another bundle.
Nintendo just knows how to do business.
They know how to sell their product.
Sales.
They have a product. They have a great product. It's revolutionizing the market. It's creating a freaking renaissance because everyone's trying to copy them now. And you look at this console, and they know how to sell it. They are working it. I mean, like they're for the love of God, they're not putting half the production value into a game like Call of Duty does, and then they're outselling it. I mean, granted, this is January, so this is into like Call of Duty's been out for a while, and Mario's been out, but this is actually pretty nuts looking at this. And a lot of people kind of take this to the side and say, "Oh, Call of Duty's a better game. The Wii sucked in having hardcore games." But you look at this and you think of yourself as Nintendo. Why change now?
One thing we haven't really looked at yet is the sales of Mass Effect 2. I mean, 572,000 is. I mean, it's a definitely a respectable number, and for any not huge franchise, that would be like great. But I mean, like that's for a game that's as big as Mass Effect was hyped up to be. It is a little bit low. It came behind Mario, which is certainly understandable. But I mean, it didn't have. I don't know whether or not it's because it came out at the very end of January, or maybe it's just it didn't have as. I don't know. It seemed a little bit low to me because we came from a holiday season where we saw that people were able to buy like 4 million copies of a game on the first day.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing that another huge franchise is
I think
down
it
to
may
like
be,
about 500,000.
It may be a little bit of the marketing's fault. I mean, there wasn't really much hype.
I thought there was a lot of.
I think there was adequate hype.
I thought there was plenty of marketing. I mean, I was watching TV and there were plenty of commercials for like. Even the GameStop
but not even a Mario, but compared to like a Mario.
I think it wasn't the marketing's fault. I mean, it was marketed really, really well.
It's kind of weird how it didn't catch on, though. Maybe people are just not into what BioWare is pitching.
Maybe it's just because it's, an RPG, or maybe it's because people have just bought so many games over the holiday season and, state of the economy or something. But
I think maybe we're starting to maybe work ourselves out of the whole alternate storyline sort of thing where you build your character along the way. I mean, like, take example, things that sold well, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, that's an extremely linear storyline.
Yeah.
So
this is getting more linear.
This is also not a multiplayer experience, which for some people that's enough to disconnect them.
Maybe it could be in rental. People. I mean, good luck renting and completing Mass Effect 2. But
yeah.
But there's maybe the lack of multiplayer turned off. I don't know.
If
BioShock managed to put multiplayer in,
500,000 is a respectable number. But
yeah,
it's not.
We're talking about it like
it's not a number that's going to blow you away.
Definitely not.
But I don't know. That also jumped out of me.
All right. Well, that was good. So we're going to probably do NPDs every week. They come out the second Thursday of every month, and we'll have your NPDs again.
I don't feel like getting a time machine. We can't do them every week.
Oh, every other episode is what I'm trying to say. All right. I'm still on the time sequence that it's weekly because this for us it never ends. Like it's just as soon as we finish this, we're working on the next episode. So anyway, all right. So let's finish out the show. Let's talk about our winner, loser, and top 3 for the week. I'll start with mine. A guy who hacked the iPhone, or in other words, jailbroke the iPhone.
Yeah.
Just completed a jailbreak of the PS3. He's younger than us. He did the jailbreak of the iPhone back when he was like 11 or 12 or something, and he's in his early teenage years right now. And he just jailbroke the PS3, which means there's all kinds of stuff now you can put on it, which I do not endorse, but the dedication to doing something like that, the PS3 has an entire core dedicated to security and jailbreak prevention, hacking prevention. And I guess it's a note to the PS3 and Sony as a winner of the week for holding up this long to constant in attacks of hacking, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, people will always try and find a way into their system.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's, I guess, at the same time, it's also this guy for being able to have this great accomplishment of hacking. I mean, it's not like a government database, let's be frank here. It's a game console. But, it is definitely notable that this has happened, and it is possible.
Open Fire Gaming does not support the pirating of games.
Definitely not.
I think it's an achievement on Sony's part for holding out this long.
Yeah, I would probably give more credit to Sony. But for the most part, I think that, there's definitely something is winning in this happening, and it's hard to tell which side.
Do you want me to go with my winner?
Yes.
I kind of can't say my winners without saying my losers, so is it okay if I say both?
Go ahead, we define the show anyway. So.
Alright, I'm just going to go with my loser first. My loser of the week is Microsoft. Unfortunately, on April 15th, we will see the end of the original Xbox Live.
Oh, really?
That means any players who are still out there playing Halo 2, and there are still people out there, you will be cut out indefinitely. And this means that anyone on 360 who wants to play, Halo 2, or anyone who wants to play Halo 2 or any game for the original Xbox Online will not be able to do so after April 15th of this year. And
that's sad.
I mean,
do we know why? Why are they doing it?
It's sort of depressing. I mean, the reasons why, and this is how eventually down the line, maybe I'll turn Microsoft into the winner, is that they're saying, like, there's more features for the 360 Live that they would be able to have if they were at a stop. But the problem is they have to support this old infrastructure.
That's true.
Like, for example, one of the most
logistics.
notable is the 100 friends list thing. Like,
Yeah.
you can only have 100 friends. That doesn't really bother me, but I guess to some people it is. If they were to cut out the old system, then they could easily support more and more features. But at the same time, I think it's something that should still be around. I think,
at least like Halo 2, that made Halo.
Halo 2 revolutionized matchmaking. It didn't just make Halo, it made every successful console matchmaking thing is great. Like, Call of Duty even copied it. I mean, it completely changed the way we look at online games on a console space. And for that to, fade away, it's sort of like,
it's a definite loss.
Yeah.
And this is a trend we're seeing. Loss of backwards compatibility, and now we're just giving up on Live altogether.
Yeah, and I think Microsoft has definitely gone that route a lot. And this ties into my winner, though, and my winner is actually Bungie. The first reason why I said that is because, Halo Reach, May 3rd.
It's happening.
The beta, that's incredible. I'm glad I finally got, info on that. But tying into this, they are actually going to support Halo 2 and, like, put new things out and more support for the game until that day. And they're actually saying that they're going to have special events on April 14th, like the day before, like the final day. And they're actually making it available so you can go and download all the maps for Halo 2. You can just go online and download them, so you can just dive right into it and sort of, like, enjoy those last few moments of Halo 2 online while you still can. So that makes them my winner.
It feels very sad seeing Halo 2 go like that.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know about that.
Especially being a huge Halo fan, to see that it just collapses and stuff. It was a huge portion of my life. I can't even count the number of hours I put into it. So for it to go away, it's sort of like a new chapter of my life. It's just turning.
At least you have Reach. It's kind of like, it's like so parallel with Reach. Like, Reach is falling, and like so is like Halo. Like, their whole support.
It's
That's gonna be a sad. That's gonna make that game even more sad. You can be like thinking about because a prequel. You can think about the old stuff you did, all the previous games. Yeah. Like, wow, this is so sad.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do my winner and loser because they're the same thing. BioShock 2 is both.
What is with you guys picking? Alright, go.
Sorry. Alright, I'm first gonna do the loser aspect. It's only one reason, and it's more of a me thing. It's because they, like they did with BioShock 1, they're introducing their Secure ROM program. Secure ROM is it's a program used to prevent illegal copies being made of the disc, which is completely understandable. Obviously, they want to protect their investment. But the problem is, Secure ROM, not only does it do kind of a poor job of doing that, but it's just frankly annoying, considering in order to ensure protection, it requires you to continuously reactivate your program online every 10 days. And if you fail to do so, it stops working, which you now have to call their customer support and get it reactivated.
Which sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yes, they did that on their first one, on BioShock 1, which is extremely obnoxious.
And also, BioShock 2 also not looking very good with our lack of dedicated servers.
I mean, as we mentioned before, piracy is a huge issue, especially in the PC
It's facing people head first.
So, I mean, as long as people are going to try and get, pirate games, they're going to have to come up with annoying measures to try and counter it.
Absolutely.
But also, too, I mean, I just don't like Secure ROM, as it also can frequently cause networking problems, especially with users on Vista. With BioShock 2 now with multiplayer, if you're having networking problems, I mean, you're just sometimes not going to be able to join. There was also when Bioshock 1 was first released, Secure